don't know what people do when they swim, to be honest. Like, I don't know where you'd keep that stuff. 97.2, repeating, of course, carbohydrates, compared to getting a whole bunch of bananas, right? Chiquita, hit me up. So if you leave a comment, which you should, I just can't promise I'll reply in a timely manner because I will be in a food coma. What is up, my fellow fitness enthusiasts? I hope you're crushing it today. As you can tell, with my face being this red and I probably look kind of sweaty, I just got back from a nice breezy 5K run. So what I want to talk to you about is the ideal post-endurance or post-cardio activity protein to carb ratio. Let's go. So first things first, we got to do the maths. And yes, it's maths, it's always plural, right? Because that just makes it sound a little more fun. Unless you're into math, then maybe just math sounds fun. So for the carbohydrates that you need, because obviously when we're doing cardio or any type of endurance, right, running, biking, swimming, fill in the blank for whatever you like to do, we're burning through carbohydrates. We're burning through our glycogen stores. So when we get back, we want to replenish those. So this kind of depends on how long you go, and I'm talking more in terms of length of time, not necessarily distance, right? Because that could get kind of misconstrued. You can obviously bike way longer than you can run. So the ideal amount of carbs for you to get after your cardio is 1.2 grams per kilogram. So for me, I'm 81 kilograms. So we do the maths. That will be 97.2, repeating of course, carbohydrates. Now I like to keep it simple. So anywhere from 30 minutes to about an hour and a half run, I'm gonna do about 100 grams of carbs. Now, if I'm going longer than that, Jesus, take the wheel, then I'm gonna be thinking about doing a little bit more carbohydrates. But currently I'm training for the Colorado Marathon, but I'm only doing half of it. And it's on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, right? So if you think I don't already have my Energy Chew Cliff Block margarita flavor ready for that exact event, well, yeah, it's gonna be a good time, right? Okay, so with the 97.2, repeating of course, carbohydrates that I need after my runs, let's go through some meal ideas. So this will specifically be for me. I'll take some pictures of the MyFitnessPal app to show you kind of some ideas and what it will look like in that app, but we'll cover the carbohydrates. And also with this, the ideal ratio is a 3-to-1. So let's just keep it simple. For me, let's do 100 grams of carbohydrates and then 30 grams of protein. Okay, meal idea number one. It's gonna be 3 bananas is gonna roughly be about 85. And I hope that yours don't look like this. I mean, these are banana bread ready bananas, but you know, you can eat them still, it'll be a little gooey. So 3 bananas, and then I'd mix in a nice protein shake, right? This can be about 30 grams of protein. Those are about 85 grams of carbohydrates. This has, I think it's like 6 or 7. So that'd be meal idea number one. That's pretty quick and easy, right? Fast digesting. Number two, this is gonna be even easier. This is some Kodiak protein oats. And also just quick disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, but hey, listen, if Chiquita, the banana company, wants to send me a fresh brunch, you know, I will do that all day long. I love bananas. But Kodiak protein oats, okay? This is gonna be super simple. Serving size half cup. Guess what? It's like they thought about this stuff. Total carbohydrates, 30 grams. Protein, 10 grams. Perfect 3-to-1 ratio. You do 1.5 cups of this, you're golden. Boom. Meal number, what are we at, 3? Okay, these are just like the Costco special. You know, you get the microwavable, you get the brown rice, or you can get the cooked sticky rice, the white rice. This is also 74 grams of carbohydrates and about 7 grams of protein. So that's almost perfect too. You do one of these, good to go. Then, you know, you always have these options, basically the candy, right? They have these in the gel form or in these, and then like I said, we got, of course, the margarita blocks ready to go. Now these I think would be better, or are better for intra-workout, right? As you're running, as you're biking. I don't know what people do when they swim, to be honest. Like, I don't know where you'd keep that stuff, but that's neither here nor there. But if you're in a pinch and you came home after a long cardio workout, you didn't have bananas, you didn't have, right, anything else, you could do these. It's just this kind of expensive way to do it compared to getting a whole bunch of bananas, right? Chiquita, hit me up. And then another one that's super simple is just gonna be some type of pasta. These are just brown rice noodles. And the nice thing about this, right, 50 grams of carbohydrates per serving. So I do a full cup of this, and it's also 8 grams of protein. A full cup of this, you're pretty much golden, hitting all your bases. And really quickly, the science behind the 3-to-1 carbohydrate to protein ratio is that we're trying to fill our muscles back up with the glycogen stores that we burn through. And so that's why something like, right, these kind of things, as you're running, and some of these do say like after an hour, I think it says like ingest the whole thing or whatever. I know these ones talk about the instructions. Yeah, eat 1 packet every hour during activity. That's pretty standard, you know, instructions. But what I've found through testing is you wanna refeed before you're needing to feed, if that makes sense. So at an hour, I mean, scientifically, you basically burn through all your glycogen stores anyway, especially at a high pace. So like race day, and you're trying to set a PR, right? Trying to set a record for yourself or whatever. I'm thinking about 45 to 50 minutes, I'm already eating some of these. Because also at an hour, I mean, if you've tried some of these, you can't just like down all 6 blocks and expect to keep running. Like these things are not the easiest to eat. So it's kind of a one at a time, chew, run, right? So that's why I'm thinking 45 to 50 minutes, that's what's worked best for me. And then I'm getting ahead of my refeeding and not coming into that slump and having to slow my pace down. And so when we get done, it's the same thing. We want to replenish those glycogen stores. And that's why hydration is also very important, because our body has a harder time getting the complex carbohydrates, which is most of these things, right, back into the glycogen without being hydrated sufficiently. And in that sense, if you go for a longer cardio bout, so maybe like 45 minutes plus, or if you're like me and it doesn't matter how long you run, you sweat like a banshee anyway, you're gonna want some carbohydrates. So I don't know, the ones that I've found work best for me are usually these Noon tablets. Toss one in a glass of water, call it a day, right? Also, Costco special, just some of these Prime packets. It doesn't really matter. You could also do Gatorade, Powerade, just as long as you're getting those electrolytes back in. That's all there really is to it. It's a pretty simple nutrition protocol after you're done with cardio. Want to just get those carbohydrates in, 1.2 grams per kilogram, and then it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So whatever that number is for you, divide that by 3, that's what you're aiming for. If you like running, swimming, biking, or any other type of cardio, honestly, you know, you tell me what you do. There's people get creative out there. You should subscribe, you should like, because I'm gonna keep these kind of things coming, this nutrition that you need to really optimize performance. And if you're like me, training for something, Colorado Marathon, like I said, but I'm only doing half, let me know in the comments below. I cannot promise though, because my post-workout nutrition today is gonna be some Kodiak cake muffins I baked over the weekend. And I have a hard time eating just the supplied amount that I need. So if you leave a comment, which you should, I just can't promise I'll reply in a timely manner because I will be in a food coma.